Shavua Tov from Temple Beth. I'm Rabbi Jeremy Barras. This week's Torah portion is called Tissa. When Moses comes down from the mountain and hears that the Jewish people have built a golden calf and have begun to worship it, he first sees his attendant Joshua. Now, what the Jews are doing is celebrating and dancing and sporting, but Joshua tells Moses that he hears a cry of war in the distance. Why is it that Joshua hears war when the Jews are celebrating and dancing around the golden calf? What is this sound of distress that Joshua hears and reports to Moses? Well, perhaps it's that Joshua understands what real joy is and what real happiness is. And what he hears out of the camp is something totally different, something totally foreign, not a way of celebrating true simcha, true joy, but something much different and much more concerning. And this is what he tells Moses. Very similarly, in the holiday of Purim that we celebrate this week, at the very beginning of the story, the Talmud tells us that Achashverosh is having these very long and elaborate wine parties. Not just parties to celebrate for no reason, but he's actually celebrating, according to the Talmud, his ability to conquer the Jews and to rule over them. And what's so concerning is that it's not just Persians from his court who are attending the parties, that there are Jews attending these parties as well. And it seems that just like at Mount Sinai, where Jews were celebrating around the golden calf in a way that they shouldn't have been, they were celebrating their own destruction at the parties of Achashverosh. We see from this similarity that there is a true difference between what it means to celebrate in joy of performing a mitzvah and what it means to celebrate for the wrong reason, and to sometimes celebrate not at the joy and the success of the Jewish people, but to the detriment of the Jewish people. This is what happened at Mount Sinai, and this is what almost destroyed the Jews under the rule of Achashverosh, and when Haman came around before Esther and Mordechai were able to save the Jewish people. I pray that this year, as we celebrate Purim and as we read about Ki Tissa, that we Jews can find true joy, joy in celebrating mitzvot, joys of being together, joys in doing what's right for the Jewish people.